everyone, welcome to Bernard's Movie and TV Drama channel. Today we have a movie review and we're going over to the UK with this one, and it's a UK independent cinema release and it's a film called Break. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so these vlogs are coming out. Absolutely fantastic. And please, if you enjoy this, and tell your friends, and please thumbs ups are always nice as well. It's nice to get views, but it's nice, please just press that thumbs up. It's really nice to know you're out there, and if you don't leave a comment, thumbs ups are great, aren't they? Yeah, it's a film called Break. Don't be confused. Just actually, if you look on YouTube or Twitter, etc., there's a film called Break about a cable car stuck. Obviously, it was released in 2019, but this is Break 2020, and it's about snooker. And obviously, it's basically around snooker, but obviously it's only a very small element of the film. So if you see a snooker cue, Mr. Rutger Hauer on the screen of a thing, then that's the one we're talking about. 15 rating, 97 minutes. It's classed as a crime drama sport. As I said, the sport is very secondary, and it's about a gifted inner city kid wasting his talents on crime, don't they all? Gets in over his head until a chance encounter with a stranger presents him with an opportunity to turn his life around. But is it too late? It's written and directed, I think it's his directorial debut of Michael Elkin. Stars, as I mentioned, one in his last role actually, I believe, Rutger Hauer, Ethan Hazard, Sam Gittins, Luke Mabley and David Yip. And there's 2 or 3 professional snooker players as well. Even outside the UK, I might not know much about that, but just sort of cameo roles in this as well, which was nice to see, even if they didn't really add anything too much to it. Is it any good? Well, the only thing I've got at the moment, we've no Rotten Tomatoes information on this, so we've only got Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, you and me, the user rating, and there's 91 scores been left, and there's probably about a dozen reviews been left. And to be honest with you, they are sort of ranging from silly marks, from really low to really high. So I'm always a little bit dubious. I like to pick something up a little bit midway. So we'll go on to that in a moment anyway. But yeah, 91 scores left, a few reviews, and it's averaging 5.9 out of 10. So just below that magical 6 out of 10 figure that I like to see on a film to make it watchable. But hey, near enough, isn't it? Near as damn it for me to be interested anyway, as I sort of watched this 24 hours ago. The 2 extremes on the scores, the reviews, you've got someone, there's a few giving it 9 and 10 out of 10, and one of the 10 out of 10s was Samantha, who wrote this on the 1st of September 2020. I saw this at a drive and I liked it, but kind of missed bits, so watched again on Sky. Better than I thought first time round. A really good storyline about a kid in trouble but who's good at snooker. Gets in trouble and has to play his way out. Gonna buy it now for my DVD collection. Great cast, really well directed. Watch it. Yeah, I mean, 10 out of 10. Come on, I mean, Samantha, were you connected with the film in some way? I'm not too sure. It's certainly not a 10 out of 10 film. And then you get the other extreme. More entertaining watching Ebden play. He's a snooker player, if you don't know who Ebden is. And they gave it 2 out of 10. And Mr. B Wem on the 1st of September, again the same date, 2020. I tried my best to enjoy Break, he went on to say, but it was hard to find anything good about it. The story is dull and predictable. The main protagonist is unlikable. The editing in the film is a joke. Yeah, he goes on about some of the snooker sequences where apparently the red balls move around the table between shots, and the continuity isn't great, but I must admit I wasn't fully focused on the film, so I sort of missed that. I sort of was listening most of the time, because it's quite a sort of film you can listen to rather than have to watch all the time. He goes on to say, it ain't great, I love snooker, but this is not a good film at all. It's up there with one of the worst films I've ever watched. Only good thing about the film is Ken Doherty's appearance, and that's about it. Yeah, he appears at the end of the film. Again, if you don't know anything about snooker, you won't know who Ken Doherty is, but there you go. Yeah, so again, he's give it 2 out of 10. Again, he's the other extreme from the reviewer I just quoted. But a fairer summary, in my opinion, is we've got from Colin James Bruce, who wrote this on the 1st of September 2020. And he classed it as a watchable snooker film, and went on to say, to be fair, it's not bad. Story flows, kind of mini Top Boy does snooker. Only negative, I think the main character took some acting lessons from Danny Dyer, but it's still worth a see. Poor Danny Dyer. Ideal if you like a bit of snooker, but tonight it's movie night. Even if your partner doesn't partake in a bit of velvet ball action, I don't know, this guy's pushing it there a little bit, isn't it? We'll still be still be satisfied. A snooker film with knives, weed, no Steve Davis characters, and not much snooker. So there you go. That was quite a good summing up, actually. I mean, I'll leave it there. No, I'll just give you my MGM, my movie game nostalgia thoughts on this film. As I said, I wasn't put off watching it. As I say, with a 5.9 rating, I think I have to give it a chance. And let's be honest, the snooker on view is pretty secondary. If it uses up 5 minutes of the film, that's probably about all. I mean, it's the Rocky of the snooker world, this film, isn't it? Well, not quite. It's about a drama of a lad who's gone off the rails. His dad's in prison, and he's getting an opportunity to redeem himself, even though he tries to keep shooting himself in the foot, not literally, but all the way through the film. Again, it's got a few flaws, none more so than the lead is a little bit unlikable. I have seen a couple of people do like him. I wasn't overly impressed, and okay, again, as in a typical British indie film, some of the acting isn't great, but some is okay, some is fine. And he's not the greatest actor, the lead character, but he's not as bad as Danny Dyer. My apologies, Danny, but no, I'm not a big fan of Danny Dyer myself. But in his defence, he's a little bit better than Danny Dyer, in my opinion. It's a simple story. As the bad guys, as the sort of okay bad guys, it has the bad guys who want to get better, and it has the good girls who trying to make the bad guys better, which doesn't always work, does it? And certainly not in real life, anyway. And we have an okay bad guy called Ray, played by, of course, Rutger Hauer. I do believe this was his last role, as I mentioned before. I'm not confirmed that at all. And the film is actually dedicated to his memory at the end, so that's really nice. And it's just great to see Rutger, isn't it, at the end of the day? Despite its obvious cost and acting limitations, I thought it was engaging. I never really got bored with it. As I said, I wasn't fully concentrated on it. I was perhaps doing a couple of other things, but a lot of these films, I'd just literally spend time on my phone and just have it going in the background and then write up on Twitter that it's not that great. But this one, yeah, it was sort of interesting me a little bit. I did sort of keep me interested, even though I did obviously check other things at the same time. I never got bored, which, as I said, is quite easy to do with these low-budget films. And I can certainly understand the criticism, which I think is a bit unfair. 1 and 2 out of 10s is really, really unfair. And I do believe it may be more popular with UK fans of independent film rather than the US fans. I'm not too sure how the US fans and outside of the UK, other territories around the world, look at these sort of little UK films. And obviously they'll probably enjoy Rutger in it, which I'm sure they will if they're Rutger fans. It will polarise opinion, there's no doubt about this, but as far as I'm concerned, it's going to get an extra point for the appearance of Mr. Hauer, isn't it? I mean, that sort of drags it, in my view, just to the minimum watchable rating, which is my watchable rating of 6 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Without Rutger, it may have just managed it, but I'll certainly give it a comfortable 6 out of 10 with Rutger Hauer there. Playing a role in this, and he's not on the screen for too long, but it's the sort of film, if it is his last one, or it was his last one, it might be worth the watch anyway. The poster, yeah, well, again, look who's on it. Mr. Hauer's on it again, in a piece of movie history. If it is even if it's only one of his last films, and it's not exactly his last film that he actually, because obviously films are made all over the place these days. Sometimes films are released 2-3 years after an actor dies, or even longer. So it is hard to tell, or they might be in production and doing other things at the same time. But the fact that Mr. Hauer's on it, I'd have that on my wall, absolutely no problem. So I'm going to give the poster 7 out of 10, which is one of my highest scores if you watch my poster ratings. But apart from Rutger, it's not a bad poster. Again, I like a poster to tell me what's going on, and it does. It tells me exactly on the tin what's inside the film. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'll give it 7 out of 10. Anyway, thanks for watching for that. If you do get to watch this, please let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie break. It is actually out to buy at the moment, $7.99 recommended retail price. So if you do want to buy this film, it's available to buy online, and certainly in the UK in store now. Please check my links on screen. Follow and friend me on Facebook and Twitter, and I check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And as I say, I put information on there concerning movies and TV dramas as well. And please, if you're into football at all, I do vlogs on my football team, which you probably know by now if you look through the playlists as movies, TV dramas and stuff on my club, Manchester City. So please, if you're not interested personally, but you do know someone who might be interested, please point me in my direction. I'll be so grateful. That'd be fantastic. And please, if you can visit my little website, moviegamenostalgia.com, for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, some board games on there as well. That'd be wonderful. And even if you only have a look round and follow the links, it helps my little analytics as well. So that's much appreciated. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Until we meet again, please, all I ask is everybody, please stay safe, everyone. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family, and let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, Bird is saying goodbye for now. Bye-bye.